Welcome to the Game Changer 00100 show. I'm your host, Game Changer. And today, this is a sad story. I actually seen others cover it from a swirling angle, or at least I've seen their thumbnails. When they covered it from a swirling angle, I decided to just let it go because that's really wasn't my thing to do, and I don't really like covering stuff like this, but it really must be done. I mean, as a society influencer, there's just certain obligations that you have, and you got to look at things like this as a cautionary tale. Excuse me. But let me start off by thanks a lot to Uneducated Lane. It says start off on GP for GC. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks a lot. Okay, so let me just. So for those of you who don't know, there was a woman who was charged with child abandonment and murder by omission, something like that. Aiding and abetting by omission, something like that, something to the effect. But the short of the story is this woman that you see in the picture, or you see on your screen, had a, what was it, 8-year-old boy. She has 6 kids, one of whom was 8. And the reason why I said was is because he's dead now. He's gone. He's no longer with us. He was beaten to death by this guy. This happy couple, and I'm using air quotes with that, who decided to wear do a couple's plug and do have a yellow shirt, like, oh, look at how we match and stuff. Yeah. He beat the crap out of an 8-year-old to death. That 8-year-old was her son, and hold on, and his son. And in addition to that, she left that 8-year-old and 2 other little boys in the house alone for a year. Now, one can ask, why did she leave those 2 if she has 6 kids? That means that there's 3 more. One, rest in peace, is dead. 2 more are trapped in a house with a decaying, rotten corpse. And then there's the other 3. One would ask, where were the other 3 while all this was going on? I know I most certainly would. Where are all the other 3 children while the 2 boys are stuck in a house with a rotting brother? So, but that's a question that, we'll wait for the case to mature to discover, because I'm going to follow this. But what we do have today is we have the father, the natural father, not the boyfriend, not, we're talking about this guy in the picture, not, hold on, not this guy, the child murderer. So we're going to hear from this guy. Now, I'm going to start off by saying this is one ugly ass bitch. Take a look, and I want y'all to intake how physically unappealing this woman is. And I'm not talking about, in a way like, oh yeah, but she had 6 kids and blah, blah, blah. Nope. She has never really been physically attractive in a day in her whole damn life. Now you may be probably thinking, maybe this is just a bad picture. Well, let's see. Nope. on it. Nope. Mole. Remember that scene from Austin Powers? Mole. You're the mole. Okay. Nope. And that's that. Now, I'm not saying that to be shallow. I'm just saying that when dealing with women, you have to put up with their crazy. There's a lot that you put into it. I know you think like, oh, it don't matter. Pussy is pussy. As long as I get mine, then what's the deal? Dude. And I'm not trying to add insult to injury. You're suffering through all this torment and torture over an ugly ass bitch. Now, when I say fat women aren't women, I say that for a reason. You see, women have something in them that make them want to please men. It's part of their feminine genetic makeup that make them want to be as pleasing as possible. That's why you see like little girls putting on makeup before they can put on makeup. They put on imaginary makeup. They nurture kids. They have baby dolls and stuff like that. That is part of their natural instinct to prepare them for mother/wifehood. If you're a fat ass bitch, it means that you don't have that instinct. You don't have the regular stuff in you that women have. That's why you're fat. I'm not saying that every slim chick has it. I'm just saying that fat chicks don't, or else they would do what it takes to be more physically appealing to men. So the same stuff that women have in them that makes them makes them want to be pretty for my penis is the same thing that makes them decent mothers. It's the same thing that makes them, as a little girl, hold on to baby wet yourself or baby, good hair or whatever. It's the same stuff. It's the same woman juice. Fat chicks have less woman juice. And that's why they do shit like this. She don't see the world as it affects people other than herself. Which is why she is a shitty parent. But enough about that. All right, so let me mold one. Yeah. Mold. Yeah, she's fellas, listen. I know it's slim pickings or fat pickings. I know with 82%, you just sometimes you just say, something, it's been a while and it's very competitive for that remaining 18%, but something, I gotta get mine. I know the thinking. I experienced droughts and shit. I understand. I do. And if you have to partake, then by all means, I'm not going to stop you, but remind them that they are lesser. You don't shack up and have 3 kids with them. You must remind them that they're lesser and that you are settling for them. How do you do that? Make them wash your car. Make them tar your roof. Don't hold the door open for. Treat them in a way to say that you are being treated this way because you're fat. You don't get the beautiful woman privileges. Man, if you're gonna get with something like that, at least make her fucking clean the chimney, swap the deck. I don't actually know what that means, but it's something I know that fat woman should be doing. They should be swapping the deck. I was a pirate, it would have to swap the deck. Anyway, so let me read the story. The father of 8-year-old Kendrick Lee learned of his youngest son's horrific death on the news. DailyMail.com revealed. Courtney Lee, okay, I'm going to stop right there. Courtney Lee is his name. Courtney Lee is his name. His parents, his mama, decided to name him Courtney. You know what would be a good name for my black son? Courtney. Courtney. So you already know he was born into some matriarchal shit. He was born to stand in it. I'm gonna name you Courtney, and you gotta stand in it. This is the beginning of all kind of strange that I am going to put you through. Like that one dude, Avon Barksdale. His mama named him after, I've seen a documentary on. He's a real person. David Simon modeled his character after a real person whose name was Avon Barksdale. His mama literally named her boy son after Avon Cosmetics. She admits it. She admits it. So, you know, you could tell by his name, like a smidgen of his childhood and upbringing. Hit the like button. You can tell the torment that had to have been, you know, Courtney. You was raised by a woman who named you Courtney. Like, I always wanted a son named Courtney. What kind of crap was that? All right, so give me one moment. All right, so I am in constant battle with YouTube. So this is just going to be an aside. I have to show proof of being shadow banned, and hold on. All right, so you see how my name, even though I'm live right now and this is another channel, my name is like fourth here and it's not showing up as live. So that's what I'm talking about, YouTube. Do me better, please. All right, now that I got that business out the way. Here we go. All right, so Courtney Lee is the biological father of Kendrick and 2 of the 3 surviving young brothers who were abandoned in a Houston house of horrors alongside the little boy's decomposing body last week. Oh, God, that was hard to read. Now, look at what happened. This is a woman who has 6 kids by 3 fathers. She kept the other kids. I repeat, she only left the ones that genetically belonged to him. And she kept the kids that belonged to other men. This was done out of some sick spite. She's like, F your kids and your kids alone. Even though they're my kids too, I don't care because I'm fat. If I cared about others, I wouldn't be fat. Kendrick is my baby. He's my youngest son, Lee said in an exclusive interview with DailyMail.com. I still can't believe it. I don't blame you, brother. I do not blame you. My heart goes out to you, Courtney. All right. So, hold on. Got to scroll past the advertisements. Lee shared 3 boys, Jordan, 15, Trevon, 10, and Kendrick, who mentioned before was 8, with Gloria Williams. Okay, stop right there. His name was Lee. Her name is Williams. They never married. Through 3 kids, which means that He has been sleeping with this gastropod, with this beat up pumpkin. He has been sleeping with that for was he said 8, so 7 years at least 7 years of torment, of having to deal with that, having to wake up with that staring you in the face saying I'm in the mood while babies was popping out of it. Oh God. And you wasn't married. Who has been accused of starving and neglecting her children. Authorities found the 15-year-old and his two other siblings living alone in a Houston area apartment where Kendrick's skeletal remains were discovered underneath a blanket in the bedroom. Okay, something is wrong here. And I'm thinking that she was, and I know some people are out there saying, how come you're not talking about the white dude? And that's because she's the mother. She is the responsible party in this particular case, especially with the father, estranged due to her. And we're going to get into that. But hold on. But something is up here. Something is up. What is 15-year-old boy? What was up with him? 15, you have a certain level of maturity, a certain level of savviness. You're old enough to call the police. You're old enough to talk to your friends. You're old enough to do a lot of stuff at 15. Your decision making abilities at 15 is developed enough to not live in a house with your brother's dead corpse for a year while you and your other brothers starve. You are beyond that point. You are socially aware enough. I'm talking about a healthy minded 15-year-old. Now, why isn't he a healthy-minded, well-adjusted 15-year-old preparing for his driving exam? Because he was raised by a filthy bitch. That's why. You be wondering why these dudes grow up to be the type of dude to grab their mama ass on the dance floor. Half they year's pay is in their mouth and shit. You want to know why they grow up that way? It's because of bitches like this. This dude, this 15-year-old was so fucked up that he couldn't even make proper adult decisions in leadership tasks. He just followed the last command that his mama gave before leaving. So don't tell nobody. Okay, mama, can I touch your booty before you go? And then she left and he stuck there trying to figure it out. Probably grifting and stuff. One of these kids you see outside the store or something, saying, can I wash your windows? And they don't have a squeegee. They don't even have a goddamn squeegee. They free. You could steal one. You could steal one from the gas station, but nope, you don't have a squeegee. You don't plan to wash my windows. You know that I'm going in and I'm going to get some wings. And by the time I come out, you don't have enough time to wash my damn windows. You're not going to wash the windows. You're not raising funds for something. You just buy a 6-pack of Snickers and then you try to sell it to me at full price because you got the discount. I know you're fucking game. You're homeless, and you're homeless because you don't want to report your fat ass, ugly ass bitch of a mom for child neglect. And you want my monies to compensate for her lack of being a woman. You don't get shit. You don't get nothing from me until you report the bitch that birthed you. You at home with a goddamn dead body for a year, taking care of somebody. First of all, and I don't want to be hard on you because you was given this burden. And y'all saying, what was you supposed to do? Game changer, snitch on his mom? Hell yeah! Snitch on your mom. Snitch on your mom. Snitch. Do it proudly. What are you doing? Calling the police on my mom? Why? Because she didn't feed us. Now, and here's another thing. They didn't leave him in a regular place. Why? Because you have to pay rent and or mortgage. I know that they wasn't paying mortgage. She's fat. So you have to pay rent, which means that they was squatting somewhere. They was squatting somewhere with a dead body. And I bet you he was out begging for food money because he's too young for a work permit. Well, you can get a work permit at 50. I'm going by the 90s. Well, I go up when I was coming of age. But you have to have good grades, and you have to actually go to the school board to do it. To get a work permit to work at 15, to work like at Burger King or something, which I did. But he didn't have good grades because I doubt he even went to school, given all that was going on in his life. How you gonna go to school and you smell like a dead 8-year-old? So no, he was out begging. All right, let me continue. I could just curse this situation all day. Let me continue. Hold on, let me read the super chat. Thanks for the super chat, greatly appreciate it. All right, Big Magda Fisher says, "Keep working, brother. I appreciate you. Thanks a lot." All right, so 30s found the 15. All right, let's see. The abandoned brothers were thin, malnourished, and hungry. You see what they endured before telling on mama? Living alone for months with no blankets to keep them warm inside an unfurnished unit with soiled carpet, flies, and roaches. I have no quorum snitching on somebody. Fuck, I snitched on my stepmama. I was quick to do it. One missed meal and I'm fucking snitching. Fuck that. So I was like 12 years old. I stopped eating pork. Got in touch with some Muslim brothers. Shout out to them. Shout out to Nation of Islam. Wanted to be down. So I'm like, okay, I'm follow what they about. I'm stop eating pork. You know, um, I told my dad, stepmom, they wasn't having it because they're Protestant, they're Baptist. So they was like, I'm gonna pork this nigga out. So I was like, all right, I'll play that game. You eventually gonna have to cook some chicken or something. You're not gonna do this. You're not gonna do this forever. So I'll just eat the other stuff, right? I'll just eat the other stuff, and meaning like corn or rice, whatever the sides are. You know, I can hold out as long as you can. And then, so they did this for maybe like 2 weeks, right? Then my dad just gave up. But see, my dad, he worked swing shift and he wasn't the one cooking. She was. So this bitch, she made some pork chops and then she put it over the sides. She put it in the sides, right? So I came home like, bitch, fuck this, called grandma to snitch, saying this bitch ain't feed me. Now keep in mind, grandma is my father's mother, her mother-in-law. So, the moral of the story is I snitch and you should snitch too. Fuck that. Hold these parents accountable. All right. No, I'm looking for my place. Hold on. Okay. It says Williams was charged on Tuesday with felony injury to a child by omission. Good. And tampering with evidence. Double good. Her boyfriend, Brian W. Coulter, 31, who is allegedly have beaten Kendrick to death, is charged with murder. Both remain jailed. Good. Lee said he and Williams split up in 2012. Okay, stop right there for a second. They split up as soon as the child was born. I always find this strange. I always find that very strange. Like these single mothers and the child be like less than 1 years old. It's like, what is happening to where you split up the moment the kid is born? Or why are you splitting up while pregnant? I always find that weird. You ever do that? Y'all ever get with a chick that's still lactating and you can't suck on them? Like it's you know. And don't get me wrong, I'm not against boinking single mothers, but I always have that question in the back of my head. Like your relationship wasn't strong enough to survive a pregnancy. Is what happened. You left them as soon as like Brittany Reed, like Brittany Renner. It's like, dang, the baby isn't even like off the teat, and you are out like that. But this case is weirder because they already had two kids. It was like the third one was born, and he was like, "I'm gone." Because this kid is 8. 2012 is like 9 years ago. All right. Well, actually, the boy died at 8, so he probably was. Yeah, it seemed like they left like right after the child was born. Okay, pictures, pictures. But by 2016, Lee moved back to Texas and was seeing his boys every other weekend, he said. Okay, so this man is a victim of the courts. He's a victim of, you know, how can I describe this? He's a victim of the legal system, the family courts. The courts that said that this chick right here is a fit mother and this dude right here is a less fit father. So she gets primary control and he gets ancillary control or secondary control. He gets every other weekend. For some reason, she's the more fit parent. She's not the more fit anyway. Anything. Look at her body. Okay. Meanwhile, Williams started seeing a man named Daryl Towner, an ex-con she met at a local homeless shelter where she was living at the time with her children. I'm going to repeat that as I know y'all would like for me to do. Meanwhile, Williams has started seeing a man named Daryl Towner, an ex-con she'd met at a local homeless shelter where she was living at the time with her children. Homeless shelter. She lived in a homeless shelter. She was making her kids homeless. And the thing on her mind was, I got to get some ex-con dick. I got to get some ex-con dick. She at least had 3 kids by this time, homeless. The court says she's the more fit mother. Let's give these 3 kids custody of these 3 kids to the homeless woman. Homeless! Now, this guy obviously had a home that the kids visited every other weekend. And that's another thing. How come that 15-year-old boy didn't look up the dad? I'm telling you, this is sick. What they be doing to these kids' brains is sick. Don't trust the government. Don't trust the police. Don't trust your deadbeat dad, but you can trust me. Like, didn't your little brother trust her? Why did you trust this bitch? You son of a bitch. All right, let's see. Oh, and another thing. So I'm gonna read it again. Meanwhile, Williams has started seeing a man named Daryl Towner, an ex-con she met at a local homeless shelter where she was living at the time with her children. When people talk about Pookie Ray Ray getting a pussy, this is the pussy they talking about. Trust me, I don't want it. If you hear a Pookie Ray Ray brag about the pussy he getting, picture this. Picture this fat ass homeless mother of three that you're fucking in a homeless shelter. You won't find me jealous of Pookie and Ray Ray in any stretch of the imagination. Fuck that. And I don't know how much quote unquote game I have, but I'm pretty sure I could pull up to a homeless shelter and fuck a bitch that looked like this. Oh God. I simply don't want to. She later gave birth to another baby boy, Javion Kirkland, in 2013. Okay. Records obtained by the dailymail.com show that Williams and Towner married. Oh, God. Oh, God. That seemed like it would be the shittiest wedding ever. This shit. I didn't even know homeless married. I just thought that they jumped off a train while holding hands and they called each other husband and wife after that. Like I thought that they just eat like from the same open can of peaches and then they say we're married now. Or they walk over the table backwards and they say I don't know what the homeless ritual for actually getting married is, but apparently that's what they did. That's what they did. But according to Lee, Williams allegedly told him that she wanted to get back together when he had dropped the kids off for Easter weekend, months before she married Towner. Oh God. Oh God. I actually know a homie who tried to get back with his baby mom. First of all, what I'm talking about, I'm talking about normal people. I'm not talking about women that look like this. I'm not talking about men that boink homeless people. I'm talking about regular adult working intelligent people who don't do crap like this. I'm talking about those. But sometimes it just don't work. You try to get back with your baby mama or baby daddy and it don't work. Anyway, married on so so he died after they got married. Wow, that sucks. So this makes 4. All right, let's count the kids as we go along. She had 3 by this one dude, by the dude on your screen there. She met another dude, and an ex-con that she met while homeless. So she got pregnant by a homeless ex-con after this. Before they got married, she asked for this dude, the one, with food and stuff, if she could get back together with the guy with food, and he turned her down. Now, why is this dude just like not petition the court and say, "Hey, this bitch is homeless and her new boyfriend is a convict"? I'll never know. But that's something you say, like, something, judge, why not give me the guy with a home custody? Why not give me the guy with the house, apartment, the flushable toilet and all that good stuff? Why not give the children to me and let her get married, get homeless married to this ex-con? And why don't you let me, the guy with the tie, take care of the kids while she never sees them again? This is a failure on the court. This boy's body is at the court's doorstep. The family court is a system of fuck ups and retards. That's why they're not regular judges and people. They're arbitrators. They're I don't even want to get into that. All right, so Lee refused, talking about the marriage again. Lee refused, revealing he was engaged and had a wedding date set for June 2017. All right. Wait, something is wrong. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. No, it makes sense now. All right. So I was looking at the dates, and it was said that she married Towner on October 2017. And so basically months before June, she was like, hey, let me get some of that penis. Let me get some of that non-ex-convict, non-homeless penis. Like, let me get some of that penis that don't smell like urinated on Goodwill clothes. So she was like, let's get back somewhere in 2017. And he's like, no, I'm already married to a not homeless chick. And we're going to get married in June. So that's the timeline on that. Now, and here's why I say, fellas, know your worth. Because whoever this new chick, this new not homeless chick, this new chick who probably doesn't have a bonnet, like when he was younger, when he first put his 20-something-year-old penis in his fat ass bitch, he did not know his worth. Which is why he got, and that's why he impregnated her 3 times. He thought that was the best he can do. And now he realized he can do better. That's why, after 7 years of popping out babies of this fat woman's vagina, he didn't marry her. However, he is marrying this new chick because he later became more aware of his worth. So, fellas, just be patient. Just be patient and stop leaving like baby droplets from fat homeless psychopaths. My leg fell asleep. All right, give me a second. All right. Lee refused, revealing he was engaged. Let's see. And told her he wanted to have his 3 boys to be part of the celebration. No, you should just have them indefinitely. Like, have them permanently. Like, yes, you want the 3 boys permanently. Anyway. You could tell she wasn't happy about it, Lee said. So we know what's going to follow. Revenge. That's why out of the 6 kids she had, it was his kids that was stuck in a hotel or stuck in whatever it was, stuck in a soiled, roach-filled, fly-filled, place. That's why those were his kids stuck in it. This is all about revenge. I told you. They don't have the regular nurturing instincts that regular women have. Fat is a sign that a woman is not regular. She's not a woman. Women with regular maternal instincts don't do crap like that. She only thinks about herself. She's a psychopath. So she only thinks about herself and her feelings. She felt slighted that he's marrying a better woman. Maybe even a Becky. Who knows? But she felt slighted that he's marrying a better woman, and that's why his 3 boys get the brunt of her ire. You could tell she wasn't happy about it. Lee said it would be the last time he would see his 3 boys. Ain't that a shame? Now, notice with all of her charges, kidnapping is not one of them. You want to know why? Look at him. Look at him. Look at his face. Look at this nigga's face. You want to know why? Because he refused to snitch. Look at how happy she is, and look at how happy he's not. I'm going to repeat this. Look at how happy she is, and look at how happy he's not. Why, you ask? I'll tell you why. Because he's more handsome than she is pretty. Pause if you want to. It's blatantly obvious. He's more handsome than she is pretty. He got a shitty deal. And he's stuck with this shitty deal, so he feels. And that is the look on his face. He is following the fucked up matriarchal code saying, don't snitch on a fat bitch. Snitch! It is kidnapping. Listen, if you have every other week custody, And the day Friday comes, Friday at 6 o'clock comes, and those kids aren't in your home, it's kidnapping. Every second, she's a fugitive. If she comes at 6:08, then for 8 minutes, she's a fugitive, because that's how long it'll take me to snitch. I'm snitching. Think I give a shit about code or prison logic or stitches or something? I am snitching. Let something happen to me. See how quick I don't snitch on a fat bitch. Everybody in this neighborhood know I snitch. Everybody. There was a woman across the street some years back, and I had she was older. I had like a slight instinct. I had a slight, and she threatened to get her nephews and fuck all them niggas. Listen, you do wrong, I'm snitching. I had a slight instinct. Her uncle was calling for help, and I had a slight instinct that she was abusing her uncle because he's senile, and she was supposed to be her quote unquote caregiver, and he was yelling for help. You know, she hit me and stuff. I snitched. Called the police. No problem at all. Do that shit regularly. She went and told everybody in the neighborhood. I said, everybody know. Fuck it. That's what I do. Stop doing fucked up shit. If I suspect fucked up shit, I'm snitching. Fucking with the elderly. She kidnapped your 3 boys, and you didn't say shit. If that were me, I'm snitching. Calling the police, calling the FBI, calling everybody. There is a homeless bitch, a fucking vagabond, a vagrant with my 3 kids doing who knows what. And now you know what. She killing them and starving them. Fucking matriarchal ass nigga. That's why your mama named you Courtney. That's how you know. Brothers were raised in a matriarchy. That's why when stuff like this come up, they don't handle it right. I'm snitching. That's what I pay taxes for. Fuck that. She blocked me on social media, blocked my number. She just disappeared. She kidnapped. She didn't just disappear. She kidnapped your kids. I don't care if she disappeared. Fat people don't disappear. But I mean, your kids disappeared. Then she moved and I couldn't locate her. She kidnapped your kid. How come you're not saying kidnap? You got to say that word, kidnap. She moved and I couldn't locate her. At that point, she kidnapped your kids. She made sure my sons weren't included in our wedding. They weren't included in your life. They weren't included every other rotating weekend after that. Fuck the wedding. Every subsequent event after that, you know, they were not included. We're not included in our wedding as we had planned, he said. I thought she had moved out of the Houston area. I had no idea where she was living at work with our kids. Or, excuse me, living with our kids. That's why you call the police. That's why you call the police. So that way, if your kids get picked up by the police over some minor offense, you know, like the cops say, hey, son, you're littering. I'm going to call this in. And they call it in and find out that the boy is kidnapped. Then they'll be like, okay, we found the missing kidnapped boys. That's why you report something like that. And then they go and arrest the mom. And then you say to the mom, you know, officers, could you please use your nightsticks? And I'm not talking about the old-timey wooden nightsticks. I'm talking about the ones that the small steel ones that retract and then it's like it retracts and it comes out longer. And I got a feeling that those, I never got nightstick by a cop, but I got a feeling, what is that, a day stick? Whatever it is, use it, whichever is worse. Whichever baton you have that's worse, use it. Why? Because she's fat and they don't feel pain like regular people. Lee wouldn't hear from Williams again until December 2020. December 2020? Years later. When she reached out to his wife, Deanna, to let her know her husband Daryl has passed away. What the hell? What the hell? Psychopath? Psychopath? Yeah, I'm working on it. Yeah, so in videos like this, you'll see me talking to YouTube to fix the problem. Yeah, to work on fixing the problem. So yeah, be patient. But yeah, I'm working on. Actually, what I'll do, so subscribe to my other channel, and what I'm gonna start doing is I will start sharing the link on my Game Changer Live 00100 channel, and that way people will see it then. And usually Melody, being sweet as she is, she usually share it so some people can see it, but she's away. She's living her best life for a little bit. So shout out to her. All right. So let me go to this and let me share it right quick. All right. And share. Give me a second. All right. Share, create post, and all right. So shared it there. Thanks for your patience. All right. Oh, so she calls out of nowhere talking about my husband died. Like, hey, it's the woman that kidnapped your husband's boys. So just letting you know. But enough about them. Let's talk about me now. My husband died. Like, what the hell? What the hell? You're making this about you right now. Frankly, I don't give a shit about your husband died. What's up with the boys, my husband's sons, my stepchildren that we haven't seen for 3 years? You call out of nowhere, and yes, it's about you. All right, so let's see. Lee wouldn't hear from Williams again until this. Okay, when she reached out. All right, let's see. Okay, so right now it's 4 kids. All right, so let's see. Told Daily Mail, when Gloria messaged me on Facebook, I sent her my condolences. You need to send her like some officers and ask her if she needed any help with the children. Yes, you don't ask her. You don't ask her. She do need help with the children, and that help need to come in the form of a baton. A baton. I tell you, if I was a cop, I wouldn't just have a baton. I would have a whole Batman utility belt, and I wear a cape. I would wear a cape, and you'll see me, coming at these fucked up moms and dads all the time. Dion Lee told Daily Mail, when Gloria messaged me on Facebook, I already read that part. Let's see. I sent her my cell number. I figured she might need some help with the help. She needs to hold down. Okay. after losing her husband. They see they be protecting these bitches. But Williams didn't respond. According to Dion, she blocked her again on social media. Oh Christ! All right. Lee, who has spoken regularly with law enforcement. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I may have judged this brother too soon. My bad. I may have judged him too soon. Okay. I may have to, what do they call that? A retraction? I may have to do a retraction to this brother. Lee, who has spoken regularly with law enforcement and children protective services, says he hasn't seen or spoken to them since the kids were rescued and doesn't plan on it anytime soon. Okay, my bad. My bad. So he was doing the right thing. They was evading law enforcement and crap like that. Okay. Okay, my bad. So they are in therapy now. Good. And going through a lot of stuff right now to get back on track. I'm still, it's still an open case. I know it's going on. I know it's going to take time. Yeah. Okay. He added, I'm their father. I'm on their birth certificate. I will always be their father. I will be in their life, but it's going to take some time. Yeah. As for Williams, Lee wants nothing to do with her. You shouldn't have wanted anything to do with her to begin with. Look at her. All right. I don't want to talk to her, see her, or hear her name. I don't blame you, brother. I do not blame you. And apologies for the judgment for not snitching. You are a proper snitch. You are a proper snitch and a better father than I anticipated. So my apologies for the shit I said earlier. So I never thought in my life there was a woman like her, he said. Yeah. Let's see. Hold on, scrolling down. If she wasn't part of it, she should have called the police. Agreed. Well, she had to be. They were gone for a year. Like, you don't know that you down half your kids. She's going to have to deal with this the rest of her life. Yeah. Lee said he wanted to clear up any rumors or misinformation about him, saying, I'm alive and I've never been incarcerated. So, yeah, okay. Let's see. And want to, I keep losing my place because, hold on. Because it keeps popping up with advertisements. Okay. I'm alive and I've never been incarcerated and I want to be and have always wanted to be involved in my boy's life. He also warned that social media posts out there requesting money and donations for his children aren't associated with him. So, get this. Shout out to you, brother. My apologies for what I was saying before. My apologies. So apparently, some assholes out there is taking it upon themselves to post on social media what's going on and saying, send me money for his kids. And he has the decency to not do no crap like that, unlike so many others who open up a GoFundMe because tragedy struck. He has the decency to not do something like that, and he's saying, don't send money to these people. That's not me. But there are people in her circle, in the circle of this, saying, ooh, dead kid, money, money, money. This is sick. Those posts aren't mine. I've never asked anyone for money, he said. That's good. Shout out to you, brother. I only want my kids back. And it's a shame that they still haven't given them back. But it's also understandable that, they got to get their head straight through professionals. Okay. So that's that. Now, this is somebody else. All right. So we're aware of 4 kids. We have the 3 that are by him, and then we have the one by the ex-con, the homeless ex-con that died. Now we have another father. Hold on. I'm going to bring up his picture. Oh, well. Come on, won't just let me copy the damn picture. Save images. All right, maybe this will do it. Here we go. All right. It's this guy. So, by the time she met this guy, she already had, 4 kids, 3 by a regular dude, at least 3 kids, because she has a total of 6. She had 3 by a regular dude and a 4th one by the dude that died. And I think she had 5 by the time he met her. He's the father of the last one. So there's a child in there that we don't know the origins of, but she probably don't either. All right. So what I'm about to read is his point of view. His point of view. All right. The father of one of the young boys who was abandoned and neglected by their mother and boyfriend exclusively tells Daily Mail, "I didn't do my part as a father." Okay. Okay. I hope you're not a nigga that set up a GoFundMe trying to get money from another kid's thing. Anyway, Jonathan Kirkland, 36, said he's distraught and feels guilty and feels guilt-ridden over what his ex, Gloria Williams, and her boyfriend, Brian Coulter, did to his son. Nigga, what? Okay. I'm confused because wasn't your son like he would be one of the boys that wasn't in the house because there was only 3 boys, and I assume that all 3 of those belong to the Courtney Lee guy. So nigga, if you on here getting some sympathy, you're about to get roasted. You're about to get roasted. If you're on here instead of for shouting out the brother who actually suffered through through the crazy bitch more so than you, if you saying yeah, but look at me, you're about to get roasted. Hold on. Did to his son, Javon Kirkland, and his other brothers. What did they do to your son? All right. Kirkland invited the DailyMail.com into his apartment in South Houston, where he is attempting to get his life back on track. Good for you. No shade for that. I haven't seen my son for 5 years. Little bit of shade. Little bit of shade. Let me hear the circumstances. Said the teary-eyed Kirkland. And I mostly have myself to blame. Self-accountability, so far so good. Kirkland, for the better part of the last decade, has been in and out of jail. He's been convicted of felony domestic violence, DWI, felony in possession of a weapon, and unauthorized use of a vehicle. These charges probably sound worse than they are. Well, felony domestic violence is a bit more than just whooping a nigga ass. Like something. Okay, I'm not gonna judge him by his rap sheet. I'll just, even though it is kind of bad. But this is the way the world is. This is America, people. This is, you have 3 kids by a fat homeless woman who brings ex-cons into your children's lives. Felony domestic violence, DWI, all this crap is around your kids. She just willy-nilly brings these type of guys to your kids, your sons, and there's nothing you could do about it. Kirkland admits that he has been an absent father for the past several years. Just 1 month ago, he was released from a 3-month stint in the county jail for DWI. All right. I am Javon's father. I want him back. I am ready to step up as a father, he said. Kirkland and Williams were never married. They went to high school together and reconnected several years after they left. This is more than several years. This is because they're both in their 30s now. This is over 10 years. By this time, Williams had 5 other kids with 3 different fathers. Oh, yeah, so there's a missing kid here. So he's the father of the youngest kids, which means she had the 3 by Courtney. She had the 1 by the dude that died. And then she had like another kid by some unknown, unwritten about penis somewhere. This is your life. When people say crime don't pay, this is what they're talking about. Crime don't pay. If you commit yourself to a life of crime, you'll find yourself with a fat ass bitch with 5 kids by 3 different dads. And because you've been in prison for so damn long, you're taking it. You're like, this is all I can get. So I'm going to take this. This is all that is available to me. And she's homeless. So to you brothers who think like, oh, Pookie Ray Ray get all the pussy, really? Is this what you want? You want to trade places with this nigga? I mean, by all means, like, burn your degree, go ahead and get a prison record and find some fat ass homeless bitch. Like, if you think that they got it so good, then by all means, partake. All right. Hold on, I lost my place again. Kirkland admits that he's been an absent father for the past several years. What is going on here? Because in 2017, she married the dude. And he died in 2019. So you got with this chick somewhere between 2019 and today, of course. And in that time, in that less than 2-year time period, you had a baby with her. It's like, in order for the timeline to make reasonable sense, and it's disgusting, you had to have gotten out of jail at the same time that her last baby daddy was dying. And you just said, let me go raw into this fat ass homeless bitch. And then in less than a 2-year period, you're on here crying like, oh, I haven't seen my son in several years, but your son isn't even several years old. Kirkland admits he's been an absent father for the past several years, but is your son even several years old? Now, the only way this can make sense is if you have other kids. which makes you a piece of shit. Let me go back to the top of the story, because I think he said something like 5 years, but his son, yeah, I haven't seen my son for 5 years, but your son isn't 5 years old. Because 5 years ago, she was married. She was married. 5 years ago would be what? Wait. Maybe I'm getting this wrong. 5 years ago would be 2016. But if she already had 5 kids by then, that means that she already had kids by the homeless ex-con that is dead. This is all kind of strange and fucked up. I'm telling you. This is. Do y'all want this? Do y'all want this? Listen, if Pookie and Ray Ray could do better, they would. They would. See, let me show y'all something. Hold on. Hold on, give me a second.
Cleopatra was the most powerful woman in Egypt.
Commercial. Hold on. Damn it. This is one of those where it says the video will play after the ad. Hold on, let me show y'all something. You see, this is the lie that Hollywood tell you. This is the lie that Hollywood tells you. This is what Hollywood tells you that Pookie and Ray Ray get. This right here. Damn, she's sexy. This right here is what they tell you that Pookie Ray Ray is fucking on. See how she not homeless and stuff? See how she got those glossy lips that Game Changer liked? See, that's what they tell you you get. Hollywood tells you that if you sign up to be Pookie Ray Ray, you get that. But this is what you actually get. You get lame leftovers. This is what you actually get. That is what you actually get. Hold on. This is what you actually get. They don't tell you that, do they? They don't tell you what you actually get when you get out of jail. They don't tell you actually get this. This is what you actually get. You get this right, Mo. I'm not talking about she has a mole. I'm talking about she is a mole. I'm talking about, like, if King Kong had a mole on his face, it'll look just like her. This is what you actually get. That's what you actually get. Hollywood told you a lie. And this Kirkland nigga like, oh yeah, I'm gonna live my life as a thug. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is that you go to prison so in and out that you wind up with a bitch like this. That is the worst that can happen. The prison isn't even the worst aspect of your life. This bitch is. All right, let me see. All right. And he probably have a whole harem of fat ass bitches just sprinkled around the hood. They go block to block impregnating fat bitches. All right, anyway. I'm Javon's father. I want him back. I am ready to step up as a father. You just got out of jail, he said. Kirkland and Williams were never married. They went. Oh, I already read that part. Hold on. Let me get back to the part I read. Let's see. Soon after they reconnected, Williams became pregnant. Right before she. Okay, soon after they reconnected, Williams became pregnant. Right after, or right before she gave birth to Javon, Kirkland was arrested for domestic violence. Oh crap! They're not going to give details on this. Let's see, Kirkland and Williams. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, here is some details. Kirkland said Williams hit him in the mouth and caused him to have a bloody lip. Oh God. Oh God. This I didn't know. So, in addition to looking like this, nigga, you getting stole on too? You out here sparring with bitches? In addition to the abuse that you have to endure knowing that your penis is relegated to this, in addition to that, she's beating you too? You getting beat? You're an abused dude? So, she stole on you, she popped you in the mouth, gave you a bloody lip, and then called 911 and dropped the phone. So she knew what she was doing. Listen at this. They continued to fight all while their phone call was being recorded. She did this on purpose. Kirtland said he was later arrested by Houston PD. She set you up. Oh, gosh, she set you up. This chick is horrible. So she hit you, called 911, put the phone down, and waited for you to retaliate. And then, like, listen at the recording. Plus, he has a record. Take him away, officer. And she did this as soon as the kid was born. As soon as the kid was born, she set the father up to go to jail for domestic violence. Oh, Christ. Oh, Christ. Life is hard for Pookie Ray Ray. Damn. But apparently they get all the pussy. You don't get any if you can't walk away from a fat ass ugly bitch when she's stealing on you. Ah, crap. He ended up serving 2 years in jail after a few probation violations for the felony domestic abuse conviction, or for the felony domestic violence conviction. Ah, crap. Williams said her other children were living at Kirtland's mother's house. Wait a minute. While he was incarcerated. Okay. Wait a minute. Excuse me. Williams and her children were living at Kirtland's mother's house while he was incarcerated. Oh God. Oh God. My head hurt. Really, my soul hurts. Just thinking about this. Fellas, I'm gonna read this again so y'all could like comprehend this on the way I do. Williams and her other children were living at Kirtland's mother's house while he was incarcerated. But soon after, Kirtland's mother, Linda Smith, told Williams to move out of her house because she was bringing strange men around when Smith was at work. Oh God. I want y'all to peep what's going on here. a woman, Kirtland's mother, has Kirtland, I'm assuming, and Williams, the fat chick, in the house, and the kids, six of them, six. So not only are you a dude in your 30s living at home, you're boinking an overweight chick that's not too attractive with six kids, all of whom is being a burden on your mother. So damn all that, right? Damn all that for a second. After she framed him for domestic abuse, the mother still let her and the six kids live there. It's like you do realize that this woman framed your son and is the reason that he is spending 2 years in jail, right? And you're still supporting her. That's how strong the sisterhood is. Like, this is my sister. I got to support my sister. Like, yeah, but what about your son? Yeah, but yeah, that's my son, but this is my sister. So you're still supporting a woman who framed your son. This is not your daughter-in-law. They're not married. She framed your son, and you side with her, taking care of her six kids. Only one of which is your grandson. Okay. All right. This is crap. All right, let's see. Oh, and the only reason why you kicked her out because she was bringing strange men there, which is weird that she would bring any man over her baby's daddy's mama's house. But because you didn't like the strange men at your house, and you only see how things affect you, you decide to kick her out. All right, let's see. Williams and her other children were living at Kirtland's mother's house. Oh, wait, I reread that. Let's see. Kirtland says when he got out of jail, he couldn't find Williams and her children. Wow. He then located her on social media in 2016. Okay. I'm missing something because if this happened in 2016, okay, there's a timeline here that I'm gonna read because something really weird is going on. Like, if he located her in 2016 and she had 5 kids when he met her, then who's the dude that she married and had a kid with in 2017? So something is up. I think whoever telling the story got the timeline wrong or something, but let's see. He then located her on social media in 2016. Gloria's boyfriend at the time, Daryl Towner, the one who died when she was homeless. So now, okay, so I think the 5 kids part was wrong. All right, so this is how I'm picturing the timeline now. She had the 3 kids by the first dude, and then she met this dude and set him up for domestic violence, et cetera. And then he went to jail, in which time she found a homeless ex-con in a homeless shelter, and she was homeless because she was kicked out by the mom. She hooked up with that guy and had another kid. Yeah, okay. All right. Trying to make sense, but yeah. All right. See, he located her on social media. Gloria's Wait a minute. He located her on social media, and in 2016, Gloria's boyfriend at the time, Daryl Towner. Oh, wait. Okay, so it was before 2016. He knew. So that's what he mean when he said 5 years. All right. So he's the father of one of the older ones. All right. Let's see. Brought Javion to Kirtland for a visit, and that was the last time he saw them. Okay. But Kirtland said he never really followed up with his son after that visit. All right. He said Williams put him on the back burner. She didn't want anyone to know what or who she was doing. He also added, I didn't want to bother her. Nigga, you didn't want to bother her? I'm not the type that keep bothering somebody. What type are you? What type are you? What type of man boinks her and impregnates her? All right. Then he claimed she kept changing the number and blocking me on social media. All right. Finally admitting to being selfish, I was doing me at the time. Weren't you in jail? Is that what you call doing you? Being in jail? To being selfish, I was doing me at the time. I didn't do my part as a dad. That's because the mother lied on you. The mother framed you for domestic violence. I feel partially guilty for what happened. I should have been there for my son and the other kids. No, no, no. What you should have did is not impregnate a fat, ugly, homeless, multiple baby daddy having bitch. That's what you should do. That's what you should do. Like, do you know how easy? Trust me, I take it from somebody who has done it. You know how easy it is for me to not impregnate this bitch? Oh, it's so easy. It's so easy. I couldn't impregnate her if I wanted to. I can't get hard for her. What the? That's what you do. Jesus. All right. Let's see. I should have been there for my son and the other kids. I cared not only for my son but the other ones as well. Is that why you call them the other ones? All right. I get your point though, brother. I get your point. Kirtland said he is now attempting to straighten out his life. He spoke with Children Protective Services (CPS) and is working on getting his son back. Good, good. He says he still hasn't spoken to his son and doesn't know when he's going to be able to see or talk to him. Dang, these boys are gonna have like their childhood. Man, this is the matriarchy, people. This is the matriarchy. Because when he gets custody, his sons are actually going to go live with him and his mother. So it's still going to be a matriarchal situation. He says he still. Oh, wait a minute. It's going to be a process to get my son, he said. It's not going to happen overnight. My son needs me. I need to step up as a man, as a father. Okay. CPS told me that they were going to get back with me. I'm just waiting for their call. All right. I really need to prove myself. My previous incarcerations aren't going to help my situation. No, they're not. Let's see. But I mean, hopefully your mother can get custody. That seems like the most reasonable outcome. For the longest time, Kirtland says let's see. For the longest time, Kirtland says he was selfish, doing his thing in the streets, doing me. Stop right there. This nigga is not ready. You still glorifying it. You still glorifying this life. This life that led you to that t-shirt. Been to prison and you're still not in shape. This life, you're trying to make it seem interesting. This is not interesting. There was nothing spectacular about that life, nigga. You're not Nino Brown. The fuck is wrong with you? Doing my thing in the street. So does the homeless. So does the people who work for food. They do their shit on the street too. So does the people underneath the bridge burning a garbage can for warmth. They do their thing in the street too. So does the people in San Francisco that play the guitar and hoping that you put change in the thing. They do their thing on the street too, nigga. You're not doing anything spectacular. You're not doing anything exciting. Stop trying to make it seem interesting. I'm running the block. No, you're a fat ass homeless nigga who is living at home at 30 with his fat ass baby mama and 5 other kids by 3 different other niggas. That's your life. Street life? Fuck you. You ain't Tupac. Oh, shout out to Iko Gimme. So, what was it? Wednesday, I was out in Walnut Creek. I met up with Ike in person. And we went out to a restaurant, nice steakhouse, and this nigga said, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. And he just ran out on the bill. I was like, dang, Ike, you always just dropping big on the super chat. How you just gonna leave me stuck with the he just disappeared. He just disappeared, and then he comes to my chat room like everything cool. Like what the hell happened? Like, oh, so now pretend like you never, like, yeah. So I was like, dang, I like, what the hell? Like, AGC, I got to go use the restroom, and then first of all, I was like, man, hey, how come he say restroom and not bathroom? Is that an African thing? And then he just snuck out. I was like, man, you know, that's some cold. Ike, you a cold piece, man. You know, shout out to you, but that was cold. That was just too cold. Nah, but shout out to Ike. Nah, he picked up the tab. It was all good. I'm just joking about that part. But yeah, I met up with him. I met up with him Wednesday. Ike, cool people. All right. So where was I? Oh, this nigga, the opposite of Ike. All right. So let's see. Okay, he says, for the longest time he was selfish, doing his thing in the street. Oh yeah, this is where doing your thing in the street winds up. Instead of for making movies showing, you know, like Baby Boy and shit like that, they should make movies that show this is how Baby Boy actually ends. He says he's matured now. Nigga, how old are you? How long does it take you to mature? He says he's matured now and looking for work as a warehouse worker or a short order cook. Dang my forehead. Kirkland says when he think back on how, I think he said how he's son, I think they mean his son and the other kids lived in the filthy conditions and subject to the abuse and mental anguish, it really hurts me to think how they were treated. Yeah, it hurts everybody. You would never think a woman would allow another. This is not a woman. Fat women are not women. That's your first mistake. You thought this was a woman. So you're perplexed why she's acting different. You would never think a woman would allow another man to do that to your own kids, your own creation, but she did. She's not a woman. He then went on to ask, what woman would allow a man to disrespect her children? Now, I just thought of something, and it's not pretty. It's not pretty. She disrespects him, but when the white, because apparently the white dude was whipping her ass too, and she didn't call the cops. At least according to her, she's probably like, victim, victim, I'm a victim. But according to her, the white man was whipping her ass, and she didn't call the cops. But she called the cops to frame this dude. When he found out it was Kendrick who died, Kirtland said it was like a punch in the gut. Kendrick was autistic. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. So I didn't even notice. So the boy was autistic on top of that? So this dude, he's beaten to death an 8-year-old autistic boy. Oh, crap. This is making my heart hurt. All right, I'm almost finished. All right, let's see. Kendrick was autistic. He didn't have a harmful bone in his body. He couldn't. He couldn't. They're really like without gal. He would smile all day long. He didn't say much. But he had a way to communicate with you. Everyone who knew him loved him. Yeah, this is turning my stomach. And this is why I didn't cover it before. This is why I didn't cover it before. But I have to do it. I have to do this. It's a cautionary tale. When he found out, let's see. He still can't wrap his head around Williams' involvement in the abuse, saying she was a good mother. Nigga, what? Nigga, what? Something strange is going on with black men raised in the matriarchy. It really is. Something strange. Something is so strange is going on with black men raised in the matriarchy. You know what it is? They don't know what a good mother is. And they don't have the intelligence. I think that it's just an IQ thing. Like they don't have the intelligence to ask the other fathers if she is a good mother. They don't have the intellect to do that. Like, hey, I have the fortune, and I use that word loosely. I have at least, even though she is a mother of 5 with 3 baby daddies, I at least have access to the baby daddies to where I can see if she's a good mother or not. I can actually ask them, so what type of mother is she? I can actually ask about them. All right. Let's see. She was a good mother. She must have changed. No, she was a horrible mother and a horrible human being. She's only been like the mother of your kid for a short period of time when you wasn't watching. Even your own mother said she had dudes in and out the house when she wasn't there. Kirkland does say Williams suffered at time from depression. Now he's making an excuse from her. Now he's making clinical excuses for her. This psychotic bitch. She wasn't depressed when she was sucking your penis. Fucking niggas. All right. Anyway, had anxiety and often changed her mood. Sometimes when she would get overwhelmed, she would just shut down. Jesus Christ. Of course she shut down. Look how fat she is. Like, in order to pump blood through the fat veins and stuff, the heart has to rest. Of course she shut down. She shuts down after 8 seconds on a treadmill. Like the distance from walking, from her couch to the car, she shut down. She gets tired. She has to open up a bag of chips. Like, to do that. She's suffering from depression. Her kids were suffering. I mean, those kids were suffering from starvation and beaten. Simple bastard. Can't stand dudes like these. These matriarchal niggas, I swear. But he said William deserves her punishment. At least 10 years in prison. No, she don't deserve 10 years in prison. She deserves ancient French torture. She deserves, like, those cages that they used to put people in that hung up on top of the thing, on top of the wall, and the townspeople threw cabbage and rotten tomatoes at them. That's what she deserves. That's what she deserves. She deserves to have the townfolk throw rotten produce at her before the burning. Before the burning. That's what she deserves. See, that's what they did in the old-timey days. That's what should happen. Like, so and I'm talking about every aspect of it. I'm talking about, like, not just the cage and stuff like that, or the burnings. I'm talking about the everything that's revolved around it. I'm talking about getting the people to dress up in old-timey dress just to do that. We dress up for Halloween. We dress up for Halloween. Why not dress up for that? Take your kids. Daddy, why are we getting dressed up in old-timey clothes? We're going to watch a fat-ass bitch get burned. Ten-year prison sentence. As for Brian Coulter, wait, which one is that? I'm losing track of the nigga she fucking. Which one is Brian? Oh, that's the dude. That's the dude that went to jail. Yeah, okay. The minimum he deserves is life in prison, if not the death penalty. Yeah, they're in Texas. Yeah, broken on the wheel, exactly. Kirkland, who has spent time incarcerated, says they are both going to have targets on their back. Yes, exactly. Child killers and molesters are the lowest of the low in prison. They're the lowest of the low of everything. First of all, of prison, like, you're already low. That's what prison is. It's low. So anything that y'all deem low is the lowest of the low. He has no doubt someone, and then they put quotes here, is going to get Brian. He's going to be, let's see, life. What's fledged? What the hell is fledged out there? Any of your brothers did time? What the hell is? What the hell is fledged? Am I reading wrong? Flighted? Like, what the fuck? FLIGHTED. He's going to be life blighted. What the fuck? So they're going to do something strange. And good for him. Not good for him. Good on them. That's good. You're going to have something I can't read done to you. And I'm happy. I'm happy that whatever the fuck that is happening to you. It don't sound nice. Oh, okay. So he goes into the definition, meaning he's going to be beaten up so bad that they are going to have to life flight him to the nearest hospital. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't really see flight in past tense that often. But yeah, so apparently what's going to happen to him is he's going to suffer such an ass whooping that they're going to have like a helicopter come and lift his ass to the nearest hospital. Because it's such a severe ass whooping. Okay. You know, there's something to be said about prison justice. So yeah, look forward to that. Like, knowing this, they should just have the helicopter there. Like, they should just like okay, we're just gonna wait for shower time, and we know what's gonna happen. We know that you're gonna get your ass whooped, that you're going to get a spectacular prison ass whooping. You know, this is apparently it's not regular because they have like the regular hospitals in the prison. So yeah, you're gonna get a special ass whooping. They know, like, so yeah, that's that. And that's the end of you. Whatever goes on in your brain ends up with you getting life flighted in prison. Why they call it life flight, I don't know. But yeah, anyway. People in jail and prison have nothing to do all day except watch TV. There are people in jail who never watched TV before they were incarcerated, so they're going to see these two on TV, and when they come walking through the doors, everyone is going to know all of their business, and it's not going to be good for them. Damn, he's like, listen, I know what happens in prison, and besides me not working out, I know niggas like you get life flighted. For now, Kirkland says he needs to remain strong. Why is it about him? Nigga, fuck you. He needs to remain strong. I can't break now. I've got to be strong for my son. Though admitting one day I know I'll break over this. What is... All right. I don't like this dude. I like first dude. I don't like this dude. They both disrespected God's children. Damn it, I don't like this dude. It's not God kids, it's your kids. It's Courtney's kids. This is God's children. No, it's yours. Where do they be finding these people? I swear. You want to know where they find these guys? They find them in fat bitches' vaginas. That's where they find them. Jesus Christ. They both end up paying for it one way or another. Everything happens to them now, they deserve. Everything that happens to them now, they deserve. All right, is that it? Is that the end of this? I'm sick of this story. All right. So, that's the end of that. Y'all wonder why I say they're not women. It's because of crap like this. Anyway, with that, I want to thank the Cash Apps and Super Chats, managers and moderators, those who are listening silently, and those who participate in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe to my Game Changer 00100 live channel. Subscribe to my Instagram, because I'm going to have to start posting there as long as they stop sending notifications. And remember, this is Game Changer 00100. Game over. Peace.